Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Josh Shez. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos. Feel free to post and feel free to share. But this video, I'm going to do probably a good list of more relationship videos. I just got a lot of questions in and topic ideas on this topic, so I'm going to get right into it. The title of this video is called False Hopes in Relationships. We all know what a false hope is. A false hope is a hope or a fantasy that's produced in a false manner. Or a false hope is something that's advertised to be something so great or something sure or guaranteed, but at the end it's been found that it wasn't what it was advertised to be. A lot of us are producing a lot of false hopes in relationships. We're producing this aura, this fantasy that, you know, I care about you, but intently or really in a person's heart, you really don't care about them, or they're just someone to compensate for your insecurities at that moment. And what we have to be careful of is that if we continue to produce these false hopes in these women's lives or in these men's lives, we're damaging them. We're continuing to pull the band-aid away and poke at those scars from their previous relationships. The danger in this is that a lot of us are doing it. A lot of us are going into relationships only to use that person to compensate for their present feelings. We're only in that relationship for a period of time. We're really not even serious about that person. And what this video has inspired me to do it because I've even done it. And that's why right now I want to apologize to any girl that I may have, of course, throughout the years that I may have given a false hope to. And sometimes we men do that. We say the right things to women. We, out of our insecurities, out of our need for attention, we say the right things that we know that would gravitate, that will gravitate them to come into our lives. And subconsciously, they're only there for a season. Subconsciously, they're not even on our list. They're just there because at that moment we needed attention, and out of our insecurities, we was reaching out for someone that gave us the slightest amount of attention. And I want to apologize because a lot of us men do that. We see a girl, and if she says something, and if we had a bad week or a bad month or a bad season in our lives, and they come in and they do something for us, then all of a sudden we present this false hope in this woman's life, and we start doing things that's within the context of a relationship, making that woman think that, oh, he cares about me, or he wants to take this further. But in our minds, after those emotions came down, all of a sudden, oh, well, you know, I'm good now, I appreciate everything you've done, but I'm moving on. I've heard this countless of times, and I'm sure I've done it plenty of times, and it's wrong. And women, we have to understand that you cannot, just because a guy, it goes both ways. Just because a guy opens a door for you, or just because a guy says hello, that doesn't mean that you just gravitate on that and say, oh, that's my husband, or this individual is my godsend. No, that's not it. We have to understand and look at our lives and say, what season am I in now? Right now, I'm not in a season to date. I'm not in a season to pursue a wife, because in my own life I'm saying, okay, I got to make sure I have these things in order. The basic fundamentals of a relationship or a marriage have to be set first, because if I endeavor to jump out of this season I'm in, then I have the potential to destroy a woman's life, or I have the potential to produce a false hope. Think of it like this. Before a seed can be planted, the ground has to first be toiled. Before I plant a seed, if I was a farmer, before I could plant a seed inside of a garden, I have to make sure that that ground is first prepared for that seed. We as men have to be prepared as the foundation of our marriage before God can plant the seed in us, or before God can present a woman into our lives so we can be able to produce fruits as far as a happy marriage, a prosperous marriage, a great father and a great mother that can be able to be positioned for a great family. And we have to understand this, because if we don't work on ourselves, if we don't know what season we're in, we'll just gravitate to any and everybody, thinking that these people are going to save us. God is not going to bring no one into your life until you're first whole. We're not saying perfect. We're talking about whole, scarred free, issue free, baggage free. Before he can take you to that, to present you to his son or to present you to his daughter, you have to first be whole. We think of God as a savior, we think of him as a king, we think of him as a friend, but we forget that he's a father. And by him being a father, he is not going to give something to his child that his child is not prepared for. And we have to look at our lives and say, am I presenting a false hope in this young lady's life? Am I presenting a false hope in this male's life? Because we men, we present these false hopes in this woman's lives. We buy them things. We say certain phrases. Through our ignorance of not understanding how women receive words or receive affection, we present the very thing that is luring them closer to us. And then after those insecurities or those emotions come down, all of a sudden we have no need of them. True love is this. True love says, you know what, I really care about you, but I'm not in a position right now. Or if you want to be a true friend, you should say to the individual, you know what, my words are saying this. Key words and actions have to parallel. So if you're saying that, you know what, we're friends, your actions have to parallel with those words. If you're just friends, treat her like a friend. Friendship requires distance in a male and a female relationship. You cannot just do what you and your homeboys do in a friendship with the girl. Girls, you can't do what you and your homegirls do in a friendship with the guy, because those things will cross each other and it will seem like y'all are in a relationship. Or it will seem like the atmosphere or the environment that y'all two are presenting is one that represents a relationship. Producing, again, another false hope. Because a lot of people are hurting right now because they have been lured in by people who are insecure. This is not always, but in most cases, lured in by someone who's insecure. And with their present insecurities or their present hurts, they latch on to a person that's nearby, presenting a false hope, and it destroys them. We have to get this right, because if we don't, we'll continue to produce hurt people who continue to hurt people that continues to hurt people, and no one is going to God to get healed. I'm endeavoring today, and I hope you endeavoring today, to make sure that we sit on the surgeon table of God's hospital and allow him to heal us. We'll be a fool. A person will be a fool if they say in the middle of their surgery, before the doctor sews him up, oh doc, I'm good. You don't need to sew me up no more, I'm good. You'll be a fool to just get up off the surgeon table saying, doc, you don't even have to sew me up no more. I appreciate what you've done thus far, I'm good, and you get up off the table. Your organs will be gushing out. The same is what it is in relationships. Before God even gets to sewing us up, before God gets to certain parts of our brokenness, we say, God, I'm good, I'm ready to do this. Nobody on injured reserves, or a person that sprains their ankle, or a person that breaks their ankle, or someone that gets hurt on the job, after they get hurt, they go right back out to to the atmosphere and the environment that hurt them. No. A basketball player, if he breaks his ankle, he's not able to play the next day. He has to sit down for a while to allow healing to process, to allow healing to work on him before he can be able to hoop again. The same is for us. If you have been hurt in a relationship due to false hopes, you got a sprained ankle. And that sprained ankle is not ready to be played on. That ankle is nothing to play with right now. So you have to take the time to say, you know what, God, I'm going to look in my life today and say, you know what, I have a lot of insecurities. I have a lot of brokenness. I have a lot of hurts. I don't want to bring this into another relationship. Nor do I want to use this to pull somebody else in. Look inside of your life today and ask yourself, what are those insecurities? What are those broken areas? What are those things that you latching out to lure people in? Because a lot of people are getting hurt by this. And I've probably hurt some people like this. And I'm endeavoring today to make sure that I'm not going to present a woman with a false hope. Are you going to be in a position where you say, you know what, I'm going to take responsibilities for my actions. And my actions have to line up with my words. Thank you for watching my video today. I'm doing a lot more videos pertaining to this topic. It's a social issue. It's something that needs to be addressed. Relationships, and we're going to get right into it. But feel free to add me as your friend, to share these videos. And thank you for watching my video.